What up, ET Squad? It's your boy Phoenix.
And your girl Majesty Moore.
And we back with another video. Today on Straight Up Conversations, we're going to have a conversation today about faith and the LGBT community. I have a special guest, or we have a special guest, somebody that is like, I've known this person for since 2012, I think, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there.
Seems like
yeah, it's been a while. We'll just say that it's been a while. So, but Chayla Cooper is, aka Chay CEO.
Yeah.
We actually founded a business together, and we had success with our business. We were great business partners, and we got to know each other on a deeper level. I got to learn about her music. She got to learn about us doing our music and other ventures and things like that. So it's just a great opportunity to be able to go full circle and kind of collaborate once again. So, and by the way, you know, we got
the elephant in the room.
Yeah. You put yours on.
They excluded me, guys. They tell me.
But yeah, Chay.
Hashtag get me a shirt. Okay.
So yeah, Chay, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Chayla Cooper. We'll get into. I have many talents, I should say. I'm a Christian children's book author. I'm a Christian business coach. I'm a rapper / singer. And right now I'm just out here just trying to get what God has for me, honestly. Like, I feel like I have all these dreams and plans and ambitions and thoughts, and I'm not going to leave this earth before I finish my assignment, is how I feel about it. So I'm here.
Dope.
Drop the mic. Okay.
That's dope.
And we're done. Thank y'all for joining.
Thank you, Ron. That was it.
Oh man. So I'll start off with this pretty plain and simple question, which is, when did faith become a large part of your life?
I was raised in a church. My grandfather was a deacon. My mom kept me in church every Sunday. I was on the drill team. I am Southern Baptist Church. Like, we had every Sunday, and in the summer I would go to Tyler, Texas, where my grandparents and all the rest of my extended family is at. And my grandfather kept us in church literally, I think, Monday, revival, Tuesday, Wednesday, choir practice. He got to go speak somewhere else. Friday, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for y'all. Saturday, he might be. Sunday, we get up, do it again. So about 4 or 5 days out the week, I was at church. So church has always been a major part of my life. It was so much so that I ended up going to Baylor. Ironic story, though. I actually went to go to Tulane in Louisiana and New Orleans. And I didn't get accepted. And I was like really hurt and devastated. And I was like, I guess I'll go to Baylor. Bougie. I guess I'll go to Baylor. Whatever. So I went, and that was the same year Katrina hit. I said, well, God, I knew I couldn't swim and be down there. So I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
So yes, I also went to a Christian college, a Baptist college. So faith has always been a part of my life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Cool. So I guess one of the big questions that, of course, everybody has, what is your take on, like, God versus religion?
Jesus wasn't religious. If you read the Bible, go to church, whatever you want to do, research, Jesus, the Pharisees were the religious ones. They were the ones that went to church on a certain day, wore whatever, had certain steps and orders. They had rituals. Like, that's what religion is a consistency of rituals. Jesus came and he was walking around preaching the gospel, preaching something different. Jesus wasn't religious. Jesus wasn't a Christian, if you want to talk about it. Like, we're supposed to be like Christ, but he wasn't that. He didn't identify as that. He just came down to show God's love. So I think when Jesus said, like, when they asked him how should he pray, and they said, you should start like this, our Father. He's like, you want to establish that connection, that relationship. It's not a deity and these subordinates, these little peons down here, these mortals. Like, that's your Father. That's the creator. That's who you came from. So, like, it's supposed to be relationship over religion. And ironically, like, funny, I have a whiteboard here. And it says, I'm not religious, I'm in love.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's random that you say that. I mean, and the rest of it in big red letters is he has a plan for me. Be patient. So, but I keep this in the corner of my room. I see it whenever I wake up. But yeah, it's not religion. It's about being in love and being in a partnership. And I tell people all the time, I said, if, for instance, if he wrote you a love letter, you would read it, right? Okay, that's because y'all are in love, right? So if you are the creator and he wrote your love letters, he wrote the Bible. That's basically what it's supposed to be, the download from God to humans written on paper. So if he wrote you love letters, why don't you read it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about relationship. It's not about religion and being formed into duties that you have to perform to get saved. And Jesus even came. It's not about what you do. It's about grace, and it's not our grace because we fail every day.
Right.
It's about what he does. So that's how I feel about the whole notion. It's about relationship. It's not about religion.
Boom.
Yeah, dope.
I'm with it.
Hey, she said it perfectly.
Yeah.
You know. So with you being in the LGBT community,
me. You looked up like, wait, what? Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
Who's gay? No, I'm gay, guys. I'm just playing. Okay, guys.
But no, for real, I was like, wait, what? I was like, Corey.
Home Alone.
So you putting people in.
Boo, come here. Let me show you. I'm just like.
Oh, God, I can't.
I got jokes. I'm sorry. I got jokes.
Hey,
Boy.
I should have worn waterproof. I can't.
So yeah. So
My bad. I'm gonna be serious.
So with you being in the LGBT community, were there ever any challenges that you faced in the church?
Yes. I didn't come out until college because I was respectful and I didn't want to do that in my mom's house or whatever. So, but when I was at Baylor, like, oh my God, like there are girls here. Oh my God, they want me. Yes, hold up. But like, so, and you know, shout out to the L word, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be the G that I am today. That kind of started me on my path. But anyway, so I didn't come out till later, and so having to deal with Baylor's the you know, it's a Bible college, Christian college. You can't be gay. On campus. I couldn't walk around holding my girlfriend's hand, you know, kissing, whatever. I couldn't do that. I mean, I still did what I wanted to do. I lived off campus, I think my junior and senior year, I moved off campus. But that, and the only reason I moved to Austin was because I was dating a female my senior year, and she wanted to move to the big city of Austin. I'm from Houston. This ain't nothing, but whatever. So she was from Waco. So she wanted to move to the big city of Austin, and we moved here. So, because of her, like, you know, I've been here for 10 years, and there's been several times where I've been out here and I've experienced things. And my mother, I tell people whenever I came out, it was funny. The first question was from my mom. She was like, you know, your uncle brought up something. You've been in college for like 2 years and you ain't brought a boy home. I said, what? Mm-hmm. I was like, just kind of push it to the side. But like after I came out, and I can tell y'all that story later, but after I came out, she, like, I think for about a year, every time I came home, my mother cried. And then, like, she was starting to put pieces together and stuff, but I was raised in a single mom. It was me and my little sister and stuff. So she was putting stuff together. I remember one time she came and she was like, so that cute girl that was here, that was your girlfriend? I was like, yes, and thank you for saying she's cute. I got taste. I know, thank you, appreciate it. But I got all kinds of stories I can tell you. But the thing was, she said she cried because she said she felt like she lost her daughter. And I said, but I'm the same person that I was before you knew. But it was like you grow up with the bowerettes and the dresses, and I went to homecoming. I had boyfriends. Like, I did all of that. And you have this expectation that your child's going to grow up and get married and have kids and all that, which is not saying obviously I can still do that, but it's not the way that she envisioned. And so, but she said another reason she cried, about letting that part of my life die, I guess. And then she cried. She said, your life is about to be harder now.
Yeah.
And like, a parent will say that to you, but it's like, I already got, 3 strikes against me or whatever. I'm Black, I'm a woman, hell, and now I'm a lesbian. So she's like, on top of it, she's like, you just adding stuff to it. She said, your life's about to be harder now. And I was like, I didn't understand what she was saying. I was like, okay, like I already, like you said, I'm already Black and a woman. I already deal with discrepancies enough. So then when I was here, I remember one time I was at Barnes and Noble's, minding my business, and it was a group of African guys. They were having like a Bible study or something, and I was working on something, and my girlfriend at the time came in. We talked for a little bit. She gave me a kiss, and she left, and I was still working on whatever I was working on. Mm-hmm. And like randomly, dude came up to me. Why did you do that? Why did I? Who are you? What? What did I do? What did I do? Like, he was like, why did you kiss her? I was like, she's my girlfriend. She was like, that's wrong. Is it? I was like, if you want to talk about this, we can talk about it. I stay in my Bible. I read my Bible. I go to church. Like, I went to Baylor. Like, I tell people, Christian heritage, I learned up where all the denominations came from. Christian scriptures, the Bible was my textbook. Right. So I'm like, we can go at it. I'm not good at numbers. I can't bust out. Don't ask me what Psalms 156 or something like that is. Like, right. I don't know what that is, but we can go at it. But so I've had that experience, but going out and dating, it's Austin, it's very liberal. So I'd never really had those instances. I've had people call me sir. I've had my girlfriends at the time, they would get upset. I don't care. But it's just like, I have dealt with some discrepancies and discrimination, but it's like here and there. It's not really a constant. One of the things I will say is I left the last church I was at, because now I go to Shoreline. I've been going to Shoreline on and off for
shout out Shoreline.
Right. I've been going there, I think, for about a little over a year and a half, maybe. On and off it started, but then I became consistent because I was going to Celebration Church a little while ago, and I was going there for years. Like, that church, I felt safe. I felt like I was getting the word itself. Like, I liked the atmosphere. But every time one of the associate pastors would get up there, like, it was always, he was talking about his beliefs. And I was like, Beto O'Rourke is nowhere in the Bible. Why are we talking about politics? Why are we talking about LGBT and gay people? I'm like, well, I didn't like that. So every time he would preach, I don't know, something in my mind was like, I needed to like take a week or two off from church. And I didn't like that. And then I think the last straw was they had a whole issue, and you can look it up in the news or whatever, but they were getting into it with the LGBT community down at AISD. They were using their facility. So people were having an issue with, and I didn't feel that they were saying like, all gay people are going to go to hell like that. They weren't preaching that rhetoric, or I wouldn't have been going to that church for so long. But, they were like, how do you, preach brimstone and fire and you're against gay marriage and yada, 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 but you're using AISD facilities and LGBT students are working the lights and doing the sound and doing, backstage stuff for you. And like, that's contradicting. And so I got the anger on both sides, and I would try to have conversations with people about it, but I just didn't like how they handled that, and how it was always, oh, we welcome everybody, but. And I'm like, that's not a but. You can't sit here and sing, in my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Like, you can't sing that and then say, but. Right. Because it is not your job to judge or condemn or anything. That's why one of the pastors I watch every week is Pastor Mike Todd from Transformation Church. And he said he's representing Christ to the lost and found. Representing. And I'm just like, that's what you're supposed to do. He tells you, he said, I don't care if what you did last night, what you're about to do when you get off the service, whatever, I'm here to share Christ's love with you. And we're going to pray together and everything. And that's how it's supposed to be. Right. And that's whenever Shoreline had to grow on me because Pastor Rob to me reminded me of Joel Osteen. So and I couldn't get down with it. I was just like that whole happy church, like, hey guys, we're here. I couldn't get down with it. So, but he grew on me, and his messages grew on me, and I was like, oh, he's actually preaching the Bible. Okay, cool. So it took a while, but now I'm there on Wednesdays. I'm there on Sundays and stuff, now. So that's what it was. But I've always been in the church. And I've always been like full of faith and stuff, but I feel now that I'm at Shoreline that I have a place where it's everything's in alignment.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting fed and peacefully. Like, you don't want to come to your dining room table and monkeys are swinging and random balls come to you, hit your table. You know what I'm saying? You don't want, randomness interrupting your feeding. Right. So that has nothing to do with what you're trying to accomplish. I came here to get the word of God. I came here to connect with my creator. I came here to praise my God, my Lord. I didn't come here to debate with you why I should exist or how I exist. And I tell people all the time, God knew I was going to be gay before you did. Hell, before I do. So, like, he is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He created time. So me trying to struggle and cry and be like, don't make me gay, which I did. I know a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. I can't fight who I am. I can try, but it's like, and I tell people all the time, I find guys attractive, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sleep with them. That doesn't mean that I am intellectually aligned with you, that I want to start a relationship or, change my whole life. Like there's nothing wrong with finding somebody attractive or whatever. Girls, y'all see each other in the bathroom. Yeah, girl, I like that shirt. You look good. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but that doesn't mean you're going to go sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a double-edged sword. Like people think, or catch-22, I guess you say. Like people think like, oh, like I posted that on my IG. Just because I'm a lesbian don't mean I want everybody. Calm down. Like, that's true. So, but yeah, that's the only, I guess, what was the question? Discrimination I felt in the church. Yeah. And my being here in Austin.
And just a side note real quick, sorry, like back to that conversation when she said the guy approached you about, why'd you kiss her or whatever. I feel like for me, and I don't know, it's just the thing, like I'm not an aggressive person, but I feel like when I see people do like the most ignorant thing, it literally makes me want to, like, how they say, put some Vaseline on and like it literally, like in my head, I'm a G. Like I will beat you down. Like it literally just makes me want to ask, like, what does that have to do with you? That had nothing to do with you. Did she ask?
I can tell you.
Your opinion or anything? Like it literally makes me want to just run over to people and punch them in the face and like walk away and be like, and what? Like in my head, I do that, but in real life, I just get mad and go to my car. Like, it makes me.
I was like, we can talk about this later too, but I had a whole petty moment. Basically, it was over some boxes I had left outside in front of my door. I have valet trash service. Short story, real quick. I got a valet trash service, and I left the boxes outside. When they picked up the trash, they didn't pick up the boxes. Somebody at 10:30 at night was knocking on my door. I'm not opening the door. No. And then I looked at the peephole. Sorry, it was a Caucasian woman. 10:30 at night. No. I've seen this TV show. I've seen this news report. I've seen this movie. I know how this goes. I'm not doing it. So she knocked on my door like 3 times. I was like, bro, whatever. So the next morning I got up. I was like, let me go ahead and take these boxes to the trash can or whatever. I opened my door. This child guy posted, taped all 4 sides, a note, a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper on my door, talking about they do not underline, pick up boxes. You need to take these to the dumpster. I said, oh, okay. So I put a note on my door and I was like, dear box, please leave me the hell alone. If you got a problem, take it to the dumpster yourself. And so then I heard somebody outside my door, and I opened the door, was another lady, but she was just laughing at the notes or whatever. I said, I'm waiting for this girl. I left them boxes right there. And I was like, I'm waiting. So then this child came back about 5:30. Banged on my door. Boom, 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 boom. I said, oh, hell no. Grabbed my phone, I was about to record it, but my friend FaceTimed me. And I said, girl, she's back. She's like, oh, no. So I opened the door. I was like, what do you want? I said, did you leave this note on my door? And she was like, they don't pick up. I said, don't you leave another motherfucking note on my door. If you do, we're going to have some motherfucking problems. She said, so you're not going to pick up the boxes? No, bitch. Like, I was like, you do what you do. Mind your boxes. Are they bothering you? You obviously walk down the hallway. She's like, oh, you're an asshole. I said, I'll be that. And I slammed the door. And afterwards, I was like, that was so not Christian, but whatever. I made them boxes sit there till midnight, and then I said, let me go take these boxes to the dumpster.
See, that's
Yeah.
Mind your business. That's the whole thing.
If it's not harming you
yes.
in any physical, emotional way, bruh, let it go.
Right.
Because, I mean, if I don't physically touch you, I'm in your face, I'm harassing you.
Or if I didn't leave my boxes at your door.
Yeah.
So you
I told my mama, if I knew her unit number, I said, I had all kinds of plans. I said I was gonna set the boxes up, make a little fort in front of her door. I was gonna have a little tea party and take pictures in front of it. I had a whole plan. I was like, let me go ahead and stop, bro.
We ain't trying to see
like my petty level can go up really high, and I try to keep it at a minimum. Try not to be as petty as I can be.
See, that's the thing that needs to be said, because I think the expectation for people who are Christians or just any other denomination, like if you are a believer in any capacity, people believe like you can't cuss or you can't drink or you can't do this. I mean, everybody has their moments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deals with things on different capacities.
Right.
And the thing is, if you push somebody's buttons, like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's the reason why it frustrates me, like when all of these circumstances happen, because you don't know the person that you're banging on this person's door. You don't know who.
I told her, I said, you don't know if I'm sick with coronavirus. You don't know if I got an infant in here and I just put some stuff outside. I said, you don't know what's going on in my house, and you're banging on my door over somebody.
This person could be a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
Some people like banging on somebody's door. How she know you didn't have PTSD? Then you came to the door with a gun. Then what? Like, and you trying to talk to me about some boxes. You don't know where my mind capacity is while you talking about some boxes, man. You gonna come up
and I'm the one in the wrong. I'm the asshole. I didn't bother you.
It's like you brought all that negative energy to my door.
Me.
So if
literally
in return, it was because you brought it to me.
Yeah.
I saged my house after that too, by the way. I said I need some sage, Jesus. Clear this energy. I can't.
You gonna sage her door. What did she say? Say it.
Sage my hallway.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so what are some common misconceptions people have about being a Christian and a part of the LGBT community?
That we are not Christians because we believe we love somebody of the same sex. So we talk about this, me and my friends. People will forgive the pedophile in the family before they'll forgive the gay person in the family. They'll forgive the murderer in the family before they'll forgive the gay son in the family. You know, you'll get disowned for being gay, but they'll put money on your books for killing somebody. Like, that's sir. So, like, if you think about it like that, like the misconceptions is just because, and my friend made me watch the Queer Eye show where they like met a gay pastor and they redid like his house and his church and everything or whatever in his wardrobe, but he was a gay pastor. But like, there's a misconception just because of who I love and who I'm attracted to, that I don't love God. But no sin is supposed to be greater than any other. I like the saying that the ground is even at the cross. Like the ground was just straight even. So it's like everybody that sins you're liable, in danger, whatever it is. We're all sinners. Right. He died for all of us. For God so loved the world, not Austin or just the Jews or just whatever. You know, he loved all of us. So, like I said, if God knew I was going to be gay, you know what I'm saying, before anybody else did, why would I fight it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if like I said, like if I've tried, I've had boyfriends, but I just never felt happy. I never felt fulfilled. I never felt encouraged or whatever. And I know everybody's like, oh, you just ain't found the right one. I've dated several guys. I could several, but I was just like, but it's just like whenever I date a woman, like I'm happier. I'm in love. Like I bring them home to my mom. Like there's the Christmas traditions, stuff like that. Like it's a normal relationship. But like the only difference is we're the same sex or whatever. But that I think that's the main like misconception, is that just because of who I love, that I'm not supposed to love God, when those two are not those two are not conclusive, but they are. Like, they are entangled. And I think I was made, and that's what I tell people, I was made, and I have a passion, I have a purpose, and I have a purpose that he created for me. And I think I was made different to show people different. Mm-hmm. So I was made, yes, I am a lesbian, but the reason I make my Christian children's books and I make my Christian business books, it's like, I still love God. I can still educate you. I can still show you his love. I can still show you his mercy, which is what we're supposed to be doing anyway. Right. Mm-hmm. But yes, what I do in my personal life, I can also bring people to Christ too. So I can bring LGBT people to Christ that might feel ostracized, might feel that, oh, church has done me wrong. And I'm like, and I tell people that I've had straight friends that tell me, they're like, oh, church, I don't go to church, blah, blah, blah. And I ask them why. And then, I tell them about the relationship. Now, against the religion. I said, it's not about you actually going to church. It will be nice, and we are supposed to congregate, and we're supposed to teach each other, and we're supposed to learn, like, God, whenever he made Adam, he said it's not good for man to be alone. I can give you several examples when man was not supposed to be alone. But, because that will be nice, but I think you should learn the relationship. You should still pray. You should still talk to God. You should still read your Bible. You should still research. But that's because I can just talk to you as a human being. I can just talk to you like I'm talking to you guys right now and have a whole conversation. And I tell people all the time, I did another interview and I was like, I can go from, talking about, a date I went on or who I love or whatever, and then all of a sudden go into a theological conversation. Like, I've had people randomly, we had a conversation the other day, they were talking about evolution, and I was like, I don't believe in evolution. They were like, why? I went into that. By the way, I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. You know how there were pterodactyls in the sky? We don't have those no more, right? Mm-hmm. We have birds. You know how there were woolly mammoths? We don't have those anymore. We have elephants, right? So if you say that I came from a chimpanzee or a monkey, why am I still looking at the chimpanzee and the monkey?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right.
But see, I can have these conversations to make you think and be like, oh, okay, so maybe God did create me specially. God knew what I was going to do. God knew how to save me. You know what I'm saying? Like, little conversation, little nuggets I plant. And basically, like I said, me being Black, a woman, and gay and everything else, that all attracts all of these minorities.
Yeah.
And I'm leading all three of these groups through me, which we're supposed to be doing. And my purpose and everybody's purpose is to be leading them back to God and leading them so we can all be in heaven one day. Right. So I think that was my goal and my purpose. And I take that seriously. And that's like, I get up and I write and I make sure that I'm doing what I can or talk to somebody one day at a time, one word at a time, one conversation at a time to bring them to Christ.
Yeah, that's dope. Because actually, it's almost like looking at somebody being a lesbian like another race,
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the same thing, because if you look at somebody being white or a minority, for example, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost, I guess, the way people look at Black people, as minorities, it's almost the exact same thing. But like you said, it's, you got three things stacked against you instead of just one. So yeah, I definitely understand. And I kind of wanted to touch on one thing that you had kind of mentioned, but I wanted you to elaborate on it, was how does it make you feel that society ranks homosexuality above other sins?
How does it make me feel? Like I said, the ground is even at the cross. So I cannot change the world. Yeah. I can change one person at a time. I can have this conversation with the same conversation I'm having with y'all. I can have that conversation with people. And like I said, how can you forgive the pedophile that's molested children? You know what I'm saying? But the gay person you're afraid of, like, and I saw one post. It was like, people don't like homosexuals, or like men don't like hanging around homosexuals. They'll feel they'll be what is that word? They'll be objectified like how men do women, and they don't want that. And I was like, but that's not what we all do. That's not what, that's just not it. It's like, we're not out here. I hate this term, the gay agenda. Like, our agenda is equal rights. Like, that is our agenda. The same agenda as everybody else. Like, live and let live. Like, that's it. So I'm just like, it hurts, but I can't control the world. I can control my world. I can control my conversations. And like I said earlier, no matter what, I can implant little nuggets to make you think. The next time you have another conversation with somebody else from the LGBT community, you can be like, oh, you can be a little bit more respectful, a little bit more kind, a little bit more understanding. And that's what I'm hoping that I can implant in you, just because of who I love. It didn't stop who I am as a person. That's what I said to my mom. Just because you found out that who I love is different than who you expected me to, it doesn't change the same funny person, the same smart person that like, I'm still me. Right. And just because, the packaging might be different, still the same person. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it upsets me, but it's just, it's like, oh, that's what I'm going to tell you too. So I spoke about 2 weeks ago, and they were talking about the whole Black Lives Matter movement and stuff. And I was on a panel, and my expertise was talking about the intersection of LGBT and Black community and stuff. And so Chaz from the Austin Justice Coalition, he was speaking, and about all the great work they're doing and stuff. And I told him, I said, the thing about us, we created Austin Black Pride because we didn't feel like we had a home at the Austin Black Chamber of Commerce, or just the Black community in Austin. We didn't feel like we had a home because of the way that we're treated and ostracized in the community. So, and then we don't have a home in the LGBT community because at the end of the day, we're still Black. Right. We're still going to get persecuted, whether it's I've been kicked out of bars that I've paid for sections for my birthday. I've paid for a section, and I was kicked out of that bar because I was Black. Wow. After I got there. That makes no sense, I know. But that's because either way, I'm still Black in a white world. So that's why we created Austin Black Pride. It's like, it's a safe space for Black LGBT members to have these conversations, to talk, to congregate, and we have events and stuff or whatever, and we do stuff for the community. We're still humans. We're still people like everybody else. So that's just my take, like, where the intersectionality, like, of everything meets is we can still be a part of the community, and we should still be accepted. Right. Because it's like, regardless. So if not, like I did, we create our own space.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want people not to be ignorant. That's all.
Because
ignorance starts with conversation, which I applaud y'all for even having this.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason. Like, literally, these, not just for you, but we've had other conversations with like other like business owners and like for relationship or whatever. But like, we literally did this platform just so people can start having a conversation. Nobody talks no more. Everybody texts, or they putting up these happy little pictures on Instagram and trying to be, oh, this is my Kim Kardashian world. No, boo. Sometimes he makes me sick and I don't want to be around him, like, so vice versa. So like, and nobody has those conversations. So it's like, why can't we talk about it? It's always like the unspoken code. Like, you're not supposed to talk about certain things. No, we're going to talk about it. And if you get mad, then
I think that's left over from the last generation. Like our parents' generation. I think that's what that is, because like, you don't talk about your money. You don't talk about how much you make. Well, if I don't, then I don't know that I'm not getting paid when I'm supposed to be getting paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like conversation had, like, our generation is going to therapy. Our generation is talking about emotional health and emotional well-being. And that generation, my mom still won't go to therapy. My mom's a nurse. I said, you see death every day. Yeah. That's not healthy. Yeah. I said, you need to talk to somebody. I talk to you. I'm not a therapist. I'm your child.
Right. That's true.
I can say, man, that's messed up. Man, I'm sorry. Like, that sounds horrible. Like, but I'm not. You need to deal with somebody.
Yeah.
So I just think, like I said, like, our generation is open to talking more and everything, like, compared to the last generation. That's what I said. Like, especially I have 3 godchildren, and the way that they're being raised is not totally, but it's a big difference from how, we were raised and stuff. Like, I'm not quick to, like, just spank anymore. Yeah. Why did you do that? Like, let's have a conversation. You made the decision. We're not crying about it. Let's talk about it. Right. Like, and we do that. And my oldest one, she's 5. She's about to turn 6, Lord. And she was getting in trouble at school, and I knew what the issue was. Like, there was a lot of changes going on, but I was like, why did you do this? Oh, I'm a bad kid. I said, you're not a bad kid. You made a bad decision. Yeah. Let's talk about it. And so that's when we did. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, our generation is different. I think that stigma of, oh, the gay, let's quiet, don't talk about it or whatever. Like, we're over that. There are gay people all over TV, like everywhere, and it's not a forcing LGBT agenda down anybody's throat, but it's representation. I'm here. I'm not going to keep hiding and pretending I'm straight or whatever. So
and why do you have to hide anyway? Anyway, that just
I'm gonna just say, from my point of view, it doesn't bother me in that particular aspect, because I feel like that every individual is entitled to be themselves and have their own opinions about whatever that is, you know. So the thing is that even if somebody does not agree with homosexuality, the thing is that you don't have to treat people differently. You see what I'm saying?
And that was my thing. Why? That's nothing for you to agree with.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to come to you and be like, hey, can I go sleep with this girl? It's nothing for you to agree with. I'm going to go do what I want to do. But, like, you should still treat me as a human being. Right. You should still give me common courtesy and decency. And, like, that's where, again, I think that the narrative is shifting, and that's left over from the old guard of our generation. It's nothing for you to agree with. And the whole, I like Morgan Freeman, it's like the term homophobia. It's not a phobia. You're not scared of me. I didn't do anything. You're just being an asshole. That's just basically it. like, what are you scared of? Like I said, what are you scared of? Oh, that I might treat you how you treat women? Oh, you don't like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that leads again to a whole other conversation of what are you doing? Right. So, like, I don't think that is something that people should concern themselves with agreeing with. Right. Yeah. I think the whole narrative needs to be, if you're a Christian and you call yourself that, or if you're a person with decency, you should treat people with respect, point blank, period. I said, whatever you want to call it, the golden rule, the greatest commandment, whatever you want to call it, Jesus said to treat your neighbor how you want to treat yourself. Right. If you wouldn't want to talk bad about somebody, or somebody to come at you and point out all your flaws, or talk about who you love, or conversation, an argument y'all had that y'all can't stand each other, then don't do it to somebody else. Yeah. And it's not that hard.
Blake. Period.
I mean, look, drop the mic on that one.
You know, like I will say one of the things that, like, I know I want to know the answer to, but it probably isn't an answer to it. Mm-hmm. But why is it that somebody who is gay, lesbian, whatever, why is it that they have to tell somebody, like, or basically, why do you have to come out? Why do you have to tell somebody, hey, I'm gay? We don't have to tell them, hey, I'm straight. Like, we don't. Why is that a thing? That literally irks my nerves. Like, where you have to go to somebody or go to people that want to know, or like that have to know. Like, why do I have to tell you what my sexual preference is? I didn't ask you to come in my room. Like, so why do I have to explain to you who's in my room? Yeah. So it's
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 125, 1,000,000,000%. Like, and I'm hoping that in the way we're raising my god kids, especially the youngest one, she's second to the middle child. She's 4, but honey, like, she is the sassiness, dress wearing, like, we're gonna go outside and play, she goes put on a dress, like, that's her. But she came to me and she's like, she came to her mom and she asked her, can boys wear dresses? She said yes. And she said, well, can girls wear shorts or something? And she said, and she's like, yes, you can wear whatever you want. And one of the questions, I think I can find it on my messages, because she messaged me and she said, I gotta find it, but she said, can girls get married to girls? And she was like, yeah, again, she's 4. She's like, yeah, girls can get married to girls, boys can get married to girls. She's like, well, why doesn't Chayla Mela have a wife? She's like, I don't know, baby. Shayla Mela, they call me Shayla Mela. Shayla Mela, she said she hasn't found the right one. I gotta find it, but she said she hasn't found the right one yet that makes her happy and me her best friend. And she said, okay, I'll find her one. Aww. And that's just like, yeah. So, like, but I'm hoping, like, if not the next generation, the generation afterwards, it won't be a coming out story. Right. It won't be that you're scared to tell your family who you love, and you're scared to go. Like, hopefully, I'm in the next generation or two, like, because we're not our parents, we're not our grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that will change and stuff. But I completely agree with you. There was no it goes back to the box lady. Mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, who I sleep with is none of your business. Like you said, I didn't ask you. I didn't come on to you. I'm chilling. Like, yes, okay, I dress in men's clothing, and I do it very well, by the way. Follow me online. But anyway.
A pretty, like, wild question based on that. Because it just made me think about this. So, look, people get married, right? They aren't believers. And it's like, how do you get married and you don't believe in God, but you have to come before the church? But, sidebar, how is an ordained minister going to marry somebody that doesn't believe?
That's twofold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's big,
It's twofold because marriage is not just, in our eyes, because we are Christians, it's a biblical thing. It's a church. It's a covenant. You know, in the eyes of the state, the government, it's a contract.
Yeah.
That's why your taxes are together. That's why y'all do all, you know what I'm saying? It's a money thing. So it's people, atheists, they can't get married in church. They can get married wherever they want. But regardless, they're not getting married primarily in the church. It's because it's a contract. I love you. I want to stick with you forever. I want to get a house, financial responsibility with you. I want to raise a child, financial responsibility with you. A car with you. Like, all this is just money entanglement. So that's why you have to, because honestly, why do you have to register it with the IRS? Or why do you have to register it with the county that y'all are living together? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is there common law marriage? It's all money.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with us is we believe that marriage is a Christian thing, it's a church thing, that it's a covenant, and that's why we see it as that. So you have to look at the duality, like you said, the atheists. They over here on the government side, the love, the flesh part of it. We're talking about spirit over here, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, one day I want to get married too, but that's just. I don't know, like the whole thing, like the thing I watched today on the Queer Eye about the pastor, the gay pastor and everything else like that. Like, again, like, he loves Jesus. He wants to teach the word. He wants to include, that was the whole thing. He wants to include the community and bring them together. And that's what he wanted to do. None of these things are bad things.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to share love with my community. I want to bring the outcast in, which is what we're supposed to do as Christians. And because he is a gay pastor, he can reach that community in a different aspect, in a very creative way. So I had a music interview I did a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking to me about my music, but I started having a faith conversation because she asked me, well, what is the key to your success? I said, I pray, I talk to Jesus, I wait, I go to church. Like, that's a part of my music, and that's a part of my writing my books, and that's a prayer. I wake up every morning and tell God thank you. And there was because he didn't have to wake me up that morning, especially in this time right now. COVID, people are dying and dropping like flies. My mom's a nurse, like I said. Like, I hear all these crazy stories. People are fine one day, gone the next. So you don't know if you lay down in your bed if it could be the last time you open your eyes. So why not take whatever platform? And I told him, whatever, if it's for my Christian business books, I'm going to talk about them. If it's for my children's books, I'm going to talk about them. We on here, I'm going to talk about it. If it's for my music, I'm going to talk about it. So either way, I'm using this platform to reach people in ways they didn't even expect to be reached.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's like you said, what we're supposed to be doing anyways.
Absolutely.
So that's what it is. I guess this is the last question. It's the golden question that we give everybody.
Sorry.
Oh goodness. So how important is it for you to have the support of your family, friends, your community, and your church community or whatever while you're on your journey?
It's very important. Right now, I'm promoting my last EP therapy session, and I've been talking that came out the end of October 2019. It's July 2020. And I have been talking over and over about these ideas for music videos I had, but I couldn't find nobody. I even offered to pay people, and that's one thing I hate. I'm trying to give you money, answer your phone. I don't understand. But anyway, another conversation. So, but I've talked to people about my vision, my dream. And I had to, while I was writing my book, I realized Jesus, God, didn't give my dream, my vision to everybody. Yeah. So it is not their responsibility to help me make it come true. My mother, I talk to her every day. When I tell you the conversations I have, the same way I'm talking to y'all, honestly a little worse, is how I talk to my mama. Like, we be cussing. And I called her yesterday, like 2 days ago, and I was like, girl, Cynthia, not even mama, no, I got to talk to Cynthia real quick, girl. There's some stuff going on. This tea is hot. Like, I talk to my mama like that about everything. So emotionally, like, I need my mother's support. I need her love, her guidance, you know. My friends, so I was going to say, to go back to my album, my friends this past 3 weeks has helped me actually make these music videos. They're not keen and they don't know nothing about filming and everything else. They do what I asked them to do or showed them to do, but they literally stayed at the hotel. I filmed at a hotel therapy session video. What is that song? Take You Down video coming soon. Stay tuned. Anyway, but they stayed at that hotel from 9 to 1 a.m. to help me.
That's dedication.
And, right. And I was just like, to make my vision come true. And next Wednesday, I have another video shoot for another video that they're coming and helping me do it. So if it wasn't for those people that truly supported me, I wouldn't be able to fully do it. And yes, like, I have a light stand, a video stand, all that stuff, and tripods and stuff like that. I have all that. But, you know, obviously it's a difference trying to actually gain those angles that you want and stuff. So, but if it wasn't for my friends and my family, I don't know where I would be. But in my support from my church, honestly, even though I haven't joined a small group, like, or joined the choir, I've thought about certain things, you know, I've hit you up about, but the fact that in this trying time, I can still be fed, I can still be led, I can still praise with my community and join in and have these conversations via Zoom and the little chat on the side or whatever the case may be. Yeah. The fact that I can still have a sense of community, my faith community, it's very strong and supportive, and I appreciate that at the same time, like in this trying time right now. So the support from all three of those, like I said, make up who I am. And I tell people this all the time, like, I went through a bout of serious depression, and when I say, like, I literally saw a demon standing on my balcony telling me to kill myself. Wow. And like, I sat there and cried out to Jesus. Like, it was crazy. And then after that, I talked to my mom, we prayed about it and everything, but I will always remember that night, and it has always made my faith stronger. Oh yeah. And that's another reason why I know that this is not just about flesh. There's a spiritual warfare going on, and I am so blessed that I have the support system that I have, and I know the knowledge that I have, and I have the relationship with Christ and God that I have, that I can recognize my blessings. I can recognize the lessons that I'm being taught. Like, I was telling people, this is crazy. I've been in Austin for 10 years. Y'all ready for these numbers? I've been in Austin for 10 years. My relationships always last no more than 2 years. Okay? I have been in relationships for 8 out of the 10 years. So 4 women I've dated, and 2 entanglements, as Jada Pinkett said. so like, right now I'm in this space of, okay, I've tried it my way. I've done all this. What do I need to do? What is my purpose? What do I need to accomplish? And things have been going on and on. I think I posted last week that my book, one of my Christian business books, was sold in Brazil. I ain't ran no ads in Brazil. I don't know nobody in Brazil. I ain't stepped foot in Brazil. But somehow the word of God that I created, that manifested and went through me, has got to Brazil. So no telling who is going to share it afterwards, or where it's going to go, or who's going to buy. Like, I don't know God's plan. I just know I have to do what I'm supposed to do what, you know, he tells me to do. So right. It's that support system and that trust and that relationship has guided me through everything else, and I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. And that's why I can just sit here and talk to you so boldly and be like, okay, I'm gay. Oh, what else? Like, and that's what I tell people, like, I had this one lady talk to me at one of my old positions where I worked, and she was like, that dyke, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, so I have a master's degree, more experienced than you, well, more educated, and the only thing and hotter, and the only thing you can say is that I'm gay. I'll take that. Like I've even had like my extended family sit there, and one of them, it was before I got my master's. It was like I think I was heading down because I got in Tyler, Texas. So I was going down there to be with my family or whatever. And one of my cousins didn't want to come, and she was talking all this mess or whatever. And she's like, "You don't even know that your daughter told my mama this. You don't even know that your daughter's down there just liking girls all on Facebook, posting pictures." I said, "Oh, apparently mama have a girlfriend. You didn't know?" She said, "What? You're gay?" I was like, "I know." Like my humor stems from my mother. I'm like, oh my God, like, like my mom didn't know before everybody. Like, okay.
So at the end of the day, if you and your mama good, then who cares?
Yeah.
Like, hashtag mind your business. Okay, I'm gonna make that a shirt. I got a song called Mind Your Business too. Anyway, hashtag Mind Your Business. That's what we
Look, I might make a song like that. You don't know. Look, that might be next week. What is that? My One Word Wednesday I be doing. I might put Mind Your Business in there somewhere.
I might have to send you that song so you can hear it. Anyway, whatever.
There you go.
I made it when my mama had made me one time. I love you, mama. I do, but you made
you and your mama. I'm gonna pray for y'all. That's what I'm like.
We got a relationship like you and your mama, but whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it.
Yeah. Anywho.
Well, yeah. Look, we really do appreciate you for taking the time out to have this conversation with us, because like we said, these straight up conversations, the purpose of it is for us to have these conversations and then to put them out so that other people can learn from these conversations and they can use them along their journey. You know, not to say that they won't do it differently than you, but at least be able to learn something from it.
That's all I was going to say. I'm not the end all be all. I do not speak for all of the gays. I am not the spokesperson for gaydom. Like, but I hope that, like you said, I can make you think about a couple of things and change your narrative and how you feel about certain situations.
And start the conversation. That's
Straight
it.
up. Yeah. Straight up conversations.
Boom.
That's what it is. But yeah, like we said, we definitely appreciate you. Why don't you
appreciate y'all for this platform?
Oh yeah, no problem. Shout out all of your social media handles.
Look right in the camera with this one. What up, y'all? This is Chay, CEO. You know what I'm saying? But, all right. So my Christian children's books and my Christian business books can be found on Amazon under Chayla Cooper. Right here, my little name right there. Okay, it's my government name. So then I have music. It's a little secular. It's under Chay, Chay, CEO, why? Because I'm a boss. And you can find that anywhere on all streaming platforms. I'm everywhere. You can follow me on Instagram at Chay.ceo, or you can follow me on Instagram at Chayla Cooper. So I'm everywhere you want to be. What is that, MasterCard? Google me.
That's straight up.
That's right.
Well, we love it, man. Yeah. So ET Squad, just make sure you like the video, share this video.
Yes.
Make sure you share the video so that there can be other people that can get a hold of this information and it can be able to help them as much as this is helping us, you know, to be able to have this conversation. I can definitely say that even though I've known a lot of these things, because me and Chay have had conversations in the past, we always learn something. Like, you're never done learning. So it definitely helps to continue to have these conversations. So don't forget to share and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we will see you guys on the next video.
Peace.
Yes.